చదువు కోసం అని స్టార్ట్ చేశాను.
Good afternoon to all. Hi, how are you all? Today, my topic is from applied microbiology. Bacteriological of water, air and milk. Okay, today, water. Water is essential for life. Water for human consumption, it may be free from chemicals and pathogenic microorganisms. Let's see bacteriology of water. Drinking water must be visually acceptable and it is clear, colorless and without disagreeable taste or odor or color or colorless, clear. It must be safe and free from chemical toxins and pathogenic microorganisms. Major human diseases are waterborne diseases, namely cholera, Vibrio cholera, it causes cholera. Typhoid fever, Salmonella, it causes typhoid fever. It is also a water contaminant. Other diarrheal diseases, poliomyelitis, hepatitis A and hepatitis E. Poliomyelitis, these are viruses. Pathogens reach water sources by either fecal or sewage contamination. Fecal or sewage contamination. One, bacterial flora in water are of three. One is natural water bacteria, another one soil bacteria. Means soil bacteria can be washed into water when rains occur. Washed into water bacteria. And another one sewage bacteria. Here already we said fecal or sewage contamination. Contaminating and treat water supplies, perform regular bacteriological surveillance. Natural water bacteria are usually seen are Micrococcus and Acinetobacter and Pseudomonas mainly. And soil bacteria are Enterobacter, aerogenes and Bacillus subtilis. Sewage bacteria are mainly seen, they may be inhabitant of intestine bacteria through sewage are Escherichia coli, Enterococcus and Clostridium perfringens, Salmonella typhi and Vibrio cholera, intestinal. And sewage bacteria through proper are Proteus, sewage. Sewage are mainly Proteus, Clostridium perfringens bacteria. We will see. Those are normal water bacteria, soil bacteria. Soil bacteria means when floods and rainwater washed into that water, then these organisms will be seen in that water. Natural water, Micrococcus, Serratia. Okay. Unpolluted water sources contain some saprophytic bacteria such as already I told Pseudomonas, Serratia, Flavobacterium, Chromobacterium, Acinetobacter and Alkalinus fecalis. Factors determining the number of bacteria in water, mainly type of water. Surface water means upper surface water is more likely to be contaminated. Deep waters are generally pure. If you take river water, anything, surface water is more likely to be contaminated. Deep waters are generally pure. Temperature, in that water temperature, when organic matter content is high, then rise in temperature leads to multiplication of bacteria. Low temperature favors survival of bacteria. Temperature. Organic matter, when organic matter is plentiful, organisms are abundant. Light means sunrise. Sunrise can be bactericidal, provided the water is clear and static. These can penetrate only to depth of some feet, 5 feet. Okay. Acidity. Water has bactericidal action and plays a considerable part in the purification of some waters. Now come to salinity. High salinity has causing harm on most bacteria. However, halophilic bacteria can survive in saline water. Vibrio cholera is a non-halophilic. So, in normal peptone water, it can't be grown. It is have to grow alkaline peptone water, and it will not grow in acidic condition. It will grow in alkaline condition. Protozoal content. Protozoa, by ingesting and destroying bacteria, play part in binding down the bacteria number. Binding down the bacteria. Storage. Binding down the bacteria number. Storage of water decreases bacterial count due to sedimentation and devitalization. Storage. Bacteriology of water. Pathogens spread through water. Already I said natural bacteria, natural water bacteria, soil bacteria, and sewage bacteria. Now, in the community, organisms, mainly bacteria, Shigella disease, it causes bacillary dysentery. Bacillary dysentery. Okay. Parasitic dysentery, which one it will cause? Amoebic dysentery. Amoebic dysentery, parasite. Here, Shigella, bacillary dysentery. Vibrio cholera, the organism, gram-negative organism, this one and Shigella also. It causes cholera. Salmonella enteritica serotypes, typhi and para-A, para-B. C usually occurs in animals. It won't see in human beings. Paratyphi A, B, and typhi only will be seen in human beings. It will cause enteric fever, typhoid fever. Leptospira species, it causes leptospira. Parasites, now come to parasites. Protozoa, Giardia lamblia, Enteromeba histolytica, these will come under protozoa. Helminthes, Schistosoma, Hematobium, Dracunculus medinensis, these will come under helminthosis. Schistosoma, Hematobium, it comes under trematodes, lung flukes, liver flukes. Dracunculus medinensis, these will come under nematodes. If you remember, this Giardia lamblia, it causes diarrhea. Enteromeba histolytica, also it causes amoebic dysentery. Schistosoma hematobium, it causes hematuria. Dracunculus medinensis, through skin lesions, it happens. So, disease causes skin lesions. Viruses, enteroviruses, enteritis. It means inflammation, entero. In the hospital, bacteria, organisms. These all are organisms found in bacteria Legionella. You already previously class already over. Legionella pneumophila. In hospital water, cooling towers, there this organism will be found. Disease caused is pneumonia. Serratia marcescens. Water of humidifier. It also causes diseases pneumonia. Mycobacterium xenopi. In hot water taps, these organisms will be found. It also causes pneumonia. Pseudomonas possum-bellies. It causes water bottles for tracheal suction. Where tracheal suction water bottles will be used, there it will be seen. It causes otitis and nasal septum cellulitis. Causes disease. Mycobacterium chiloni. It causes found in contaminated equipment and water tanks. Contaminated equipment and water tanks, so big water storage level, there it will be seen. Mycobacterium chiloni. It causes otitis and septum cellulitis. Chiloni, it causes bacteria. Pseudomonas aeruginosa. It causes bacteremia, folliculitis, and skin lesions. Clostridium difficile. It causes it found in water baths. Disease causes diarrhea. Bacteriological examination of water mainly should be performed at regular intervals. Now I will tell how to collect water samples. Collection of water samples. Water are collected in heat sterilized glass bottles or tubes of 230 ml. With 230 ml glass bottles we have to take. Those are heat sterilized and they are having grand glass toppers protected by a craft paper. These bottles will be used. These are heat sterilized bottles, glass bottles. It contains 230 ml water bottles. To neutralize the bactericidal effect, of we use chlorine in water or a crystal of sodium thiosulfate is introduced into the glass bottle prior for sterilization. Bacteriological examination 3, it will come under sampling of water, a tap, sampling of water from a tap or pump outlet, borings like bores. Another one, sampling of water from reservoir. In reservoir, streams will be there, river, lakes, tanks. In some current will be flown in that water, rivers like. Another one, sampling from dug wells. Now see under sampling from a tap or pump outlet. These heat sterilized glass bottles containing 230 ml. These can be taken out the grand glass topper and put under the tap or pump outlet, and the tap is fully open. Maximum flow will be come out from the tap. Then the bottle will be first 5 minutes it can be discarded, and then the water will be collected in the heat sterilized bottle, 230 ml of containing bottle. Then after filling the bottle, you kept the ground glass topper and protected by a craft paper. Craft paper should be closed for that bottle. Then like this, tap water will be collected. If sampling of water from reservoir, mainly rivers or lakes or tanks, the bottle should be heat sterilized 230 ml bottle should be submerged to a depth of 20 centimeters. With mouth for that bottle, after removing that glass topper, the mouth should be facing upwards. If water flow will be there more, then the bottle mouth should be faced towards current flow. That streams will come now for that. Towards that, we have to cap and we have to fill the water. Then after filling that bottle, we have to put that ground glass topper properly tighten, and then it can be covered by craft paper. If the sampling from dug well, then for this it sterilized glass bottle containing 230 ml, it should be tied with a stone. It's tied with a sampling bottle along with a rope or thread. Then it can be put into required depth where the water can be filled in that bottle. Required depth we have to put into the dug well. Then after filling that bottle, it can't be touched sides of the walls of the well. Properly we have to take it out, and immediately we have to put the glass topper, brown star, to fit it, and then it can be covered with craft paper. If any delay is there, then it can be kept in ice box or thermocol box containing gel ice packs or ice. We have to kept in there, and it can be protected from sunlight, and it can be sent to lab immediately, transport. If delay is there, we have to kept in ice box or thermocol box, it containing gel packs or ice. Now procedure. Before going to this plate count, number of colonies formed in 4 plate cultures of water samples on nutrient agar. Here media used is nutrient agar. Incubated aerobically at 37 degrees centigrade for 1 to 2 days, means 48 hours. And at 22 degrees centigrade for 3 days, 72 hours. Interpretation. Plate count at 22 degrees centigrade, it indicates the quantity of decomposing organic matter increase in plate count. Indicates water is contaminated with parasitic or pathogenic microorganisms. Plate count at 37 degrees centigrade, the increase in plate count indicates some defect in filter beds to correct it immediately. Contamination is of animal or human origin. Now, detection of coliform bacteria and Escherichia coli. Procedure. How to, after transporting, how it comes, when it comes to lab, then how the procedure we will take from that 230 ml sterile glass bottles, that water, how we will do procedure here. That procedure is water samples are added. Water samples are added by by using that sterile graduated pipettes. Sterile graduated pipettes. Now we have to take tubes first. 50 ml of water from that 230 ml. 50 ml of water can be taken into one bottle of 50 ml double strength medium. Double strength medium. It contains double strength medium. 50 ml of water. Out of that 230 ml, 50 ml of water can be taken into one bottle that it contains double strength medium. That medium is McConkey broth. Next, 10 ml of water. First 50 out of that 230 ml, 50 ml already over. Then 10 ml of water. Like that, 5 tubes can be kept. Each 5 test tubes, 10 ml of double strength medium can be taken. That is McConkey broth, double strength medium. Next, we have to take again 1 ml of water each 5 tubes. We have to take here also 5 tubes. For 10 ml also 5 tubes we will take, and 1 ml of water also 5 tubes we have to take, and here also 5 ml of single strength media can be used. McConkey here. Next, 0.1 ml of water, 5 tubes again we have to take, and here 0.1 ml. Gradually it is decreasing. See, first we will do 50 ml of water into one bottle. Next, 10 ml of water into 5 tubes we will take. Next, 1 ml, 10 ml after 1 ml we will take into 5 tubes. Here 5 ml single strength medium. There double strength medium. First 50 ml also double strength medium. Next 0.1 ml also we will take water into 5 tubes. Here 5 ml single strength media can be taken. This is the process. Now, detection of coliform bacteria and Escherichia coli. Presumptive coliform count. It is multiple tube technique like this. Now I had told all this procedure now here. Estimation of coliform organisms made by adding varying quantities of water to bile salt, lactose, peptone water, and incubated at appropriate temperatures, 37 degrees for 48 hours. Double strength. Here, which media can be used? I already told. Double strength McConkey broth is taken. Single strength McConkey broth are taken. Acid and gas formation indicates the growth of coliform bacilli. Acid and gas form. How we will identify the acid production? Color change, sugar, fermentation. Gas production by using Durham's tube, inverted position. It can be kept into that media. Then it provides gas production. Gas bubble will be seen clearly, and it will be raised upwards. Gas production will be seen. McConkey liquid medium is used. The range of quantities prepared depends on the intensity of contamination. Interpretation: probable number of coliforms per 100 ml is read for probability tables of McConkey. See, detection of coliform bacteria of Escherichia coli. I told 50 ml 1 tube, 10 ml 5 tubes, 1 ml 5 tubes, single strength 0.1 ml 5 tubes, or 3 tubes. Whatever, somewhere they will follow 5 tubes, somewhere they will follow 3 tubes. 50 ml 1 tube, 10 ml double strength McConkey broth, 3 or 5 tubes. 1 ml single strength McConkey broth, 5 or 3 tubes. 0.1 ml single strength McConkey broth can be taken. Here quantity of ml of water sample to be added. I already told. Then tube to detect gas formation. This one, Durham's tube. Inverted position we will be kept into this. This is broth, McConkey broth. Now these can be kept at incubator for 37 degrees centigrade for 48 hours. Look for change in color for broth and for gas formation. If gas formation, here Durham's tube will be upwards. Nice. Change in color of a broth and gas production, it can be positive then. no change in color or broth and gas production will not be seen, then it is negative. If positive, then it can be inoculate into broth onto culture plate. That culture plate also is a solid agar culture plate, that it is McConkey agar media. Then isolation of bacteria can be simplified. After further incubation, subculture can be done, and then isolation of bacteria, then identification of bacteria. Negative, estimation number of bacteria in sample from standard tables. Classification of the quality of drinking water based on bacteriological tests. Excellent. Presumptive coliform count per 100 ml. I said first one. Then class 1. Excellent. If it will come on subculture plates 0. Then E. coli count per 100 ml also 0. Then it is excellent. If satisfactory means 1 to 3 bacteria can be found. Here also 0. E. coli. Suspicious 4 to 10. Unsatisfactory more than 10 points. Before going to mainly mostly found microorganisms in an indicator of pollution, mainly one is Escherichia coli, another one organism is Streptococcus faecalis, and another one Clostridium perfectus. Differential coliform test, Isaacman test. Isaacman test. Isaacman test. Principle used to determine whether the coliform bacilli detected in presumptive test are Escherichia coli. This coliform test, Escherichia coli. Methodology. Following presumptive tests, subcultures are made for all the bottles, showing acid production and gas production to fresh tubes or single strength media, McConkey media, or double strength media. Pre-warmed at 37 degrees centigrade, incubated at 37 degrees centigrade incubation and 44 degrees centigrade incubation. Examined after 24 hours. If the bottle it contains positive, color change or gas production will be usually seen. Tubes exhibiting gas in Durham's tube are deemed to contain Escherichia coli. The numbers are estimated using McCarty probability tables. Excellent, satisfactory, unsatisfactory. This one. Suspicious. Will be followed here. McCarty probability tables. Here, one thing. For Isaacman test, some spore bearing bacilli, it gives false negative for presumptive coliform test. It may be done for Escherichia coli coliform count test, mainly done for Escherichia coli. If then the tubes contain positive, then it can be subcultured into McConkey agar media plates. Then it can be kept at 37 degrees centigrade for 48 hours, 24 hours or 48 hours. Then finally it can be read. If this Escherichia coli organism can be isolated, then finally confirmation test is indole production test. Indole positive it gives. Next, differential count test. Membrane filtration method. Measure volume of water is filtered through a membrane with pore size of 22 micrometer bacteria stopping filter. if bacteria present or retained on surface of the filter is membrane filter with retained bacteria is placed on suitable media, incubated at 37 degrees centigrade. Colonies that develop on the surface of the membrane are counted. After 18 hours, presumptive coliforms and Escherichia coli counts are detection of fecal streptococci. Mainly the polluted indicators organisms causing are what I say. One is Escherichia coli, another one Streptococcus fecalis. Now detection of fecal streptococci here. Another one Clostridium perfringens. Presence of Enterococcus fecalis suggests recent fecal contamination. What we see. Method 1. Bottles positive for growth in the presumptive coliform test are subcultured to tubes containing 5 ml of glucose azide broth. Here the media used is 5 ml of glucose azide broth and incubated at 45 degrees centigrade. Enterococcus fecalis is indicated by the presence of acid production in the medium within 18 hours. Confirmed by plating on to McConkey agar media, and membrane filtration may also be used for detection of fecal streptococci. Detection of Clostridium perfringens. Presence of Clostridium perfringens in water samples for longer duration. Presence alone detected in water sample, it suggests fecal contamination that is not recent. Previously, the contamination done. Methodology. Varying quantities of the water samples are incubated in litmus medium. Here, the medium used is litmus medium. There, glucose azide broth. Here, litmus medium at 37 degrees centigrade for 5 days. Stormy clot formation indicates the presence of Clostridium perfringens. Stormy clot formation indicates the presence of Clostridium perfringens. Other tests. Test for pathogenic bacteria. If required, typhoid bacilli and cholera, Vibrio cholera bacilli may have to be looked for in drinking water. Viruses in water. Enteroviruses and other cytopathogenic viruses may be isolated from drinking water. Protozoa in water. Entamoeba histolytica, Giardia lamblia, and Balantidium coli may contaminate the drinking water. Usually these are bacteria, these are viruses, and these are protozoa, parasites. Now move on to next one, bacteriology of air. Bacteriology of air. It mainly two. One is settle plate method and another one is slit sampler method. One is settle plate method in all hospitals, wards, OPs, everywhere this settle plate method can be used for examination of air. If any bacteria must be present in air, we have to see. Airborne infection. Transmission of infection produced by respiratory droplets less than 5 micrometer in size. Droplet. Through droplet. Transmission of infection produced by respiratory droplets less than 5 micrometers in size. Since a man respires about 15 cubic meters of air in a day, the bacterial content of air is important. Particularly, air contains pathogenic organisms. Microbial contents of air. Outdoor air must be depends on many factors. Density of human and animal population. More number will be there usually. Nature of the soil. Nature of the soil. Density of the vegetation. and atmospheric conditions such as humidity, most humidity, temperature will rise, rainfall, wind, and sunlight may place important role in outdoor. Largely of aerobic spore-bearing bacilli and to a lesser extent Achromobacter, Sarcina, and Micrococcus, mainly derived from soil and surface dusts. Usually seen these organisms, Micrococcus, Sarcina, and Achromobacter. Pathogenic bacteria do not multiply in air usually. Pathogenic bacteria do not multiply in indoor air. Bacteria are distributed through gross droplets and droplet nuclei from usually nose through mouth and dust particles. Dust consists of particles of varying size of originating from vegetable animals or through vegetable and mineral sources. Hemolytic streptococci from patients or carriers. Tubercle bacilli, diphtheria bacilli, and staphylococci are found in ward dust. In hospital wards, these bacteria will be tubercle bacilli or diphtheria bacilli or staphylococci usually found in ward dusts. Some nuclei are expelled in varying numbers while coughing or sneezing, and somebody will talk through droplets from the mouth. Like this, usually nuclei are expelled in varying numbers through coughing or sneezing or through talking. On evaporation, these droplets are converted to very minute particles called droplet nuclei, and their fate depends on their current in atmosphere. Microbial content of air, size of droplet less than 5 micrometer size in droplet nuclei, airborne transmission more than 5 micrometers in size. Source if droplet will be seen, droplet transmission produced during coughing, sneezing, talking, and invasive procedures, bronchoscopy. Like if airborne transmission produced during coughing, talking, sneezing, invasive procedures, bronchoscopy, suction, aspiration, like that. In that cases, airborne transmission will be usually seen through droplets. If characteristics of droplets, droplet nuclei arise due to evaporation, present in air for short time and travel only short distance. It may be more or less 1 meter. Close contact needed for this mode of transmission will be usually seen. In airborne transmission, this is in droplet transmission. In airborne transmission, remain suspended in air for long periods, travel several meters. If air wind will become, then travel several meters, and susceptible individual may become infected, even if some distance from infected person. Now, COVID, this airborne transmission, like this it will be. If droplet transmission, like this it will be. Microorganisms involve bacteria, Streptococcus pyogenes, Neisseria meningitidis, Corynebacterium diphtheriae, Haemophilus influenza type B, Bordetella pertussis, Yersinia pestis. It causes plague, pneumonic plague, bubonic and pneumonic plague. Here pneumonic plague, Mycoplasma pneumonia. Airborne transmission, Mycobacterium tuberculosis only. If TB patient will be there, then airborne transmission will be seen. Viruses in droplet transmission and airborne transmission. Here, droplet transmission viruses are influenza viruses, rubella virus, mumps virus, adenovirus, and parvovirus. Airborne transmission varicella zoster virus, measles virus, influenza virus. These all viruses will be covered after finishing mycology, this virology. Then you will look after all these viruses. Staphylococcus aureus and Streptococcus pyogenes are known to be shed and dispersed into air in operating rooms and newborn nurseries. Outbreaks of pneumonia due to Legionella pneumophila are associated with presence of cooling towers close to the ventilation systems of hospital. ACs like Aspergillus and other fungal spores dispersed through the air during construction, renovation, and maintenance of buildings. Aspergillus. It is a fungal. Aspergillus. In this Aspergillus, 3 species are there: Aspergillus fumigatus, Aspergillus flavus, and Aspergillus nigra. It can be mainly identified by 3 pigmentations it will be produced. Aspergillus species. Although carpets, linen, potted plants, and flowers are known to be reservoirs of opportunistic pathogens, epidemiological evidence linking these to nosocomial infections is lacking. Nosocomial infections are hospital-acquired infections. I told already, settle plate method and slit sampler method. Measurement of air contamination. In all hospitals, wards, in surgery theaters, operation theaters, the settle plate method will be done. Is it proper sterilization? It is free from microorganisms or not? Test. Estimating the number of bacteria present in air by permitting bacteria to settle on open petri dishes over a fixed duration. For here settle plate method, we will use 2 media plates. Those are nutrient agar media and blood agar media. For water, we use McConkey agar, broth and media. For air, we will use nutrient agar media and blood agar media. These 2 can be kept where we have to know here bacteria, microorganisms, pathogenic microorganisms have or not. To rule out or clarify, we have to keep these nutrient agar plate and blood agar plate both by reversing. Open the plate for 2 hours. Open plates of culture media are exposed for specific periods. If air conditions are there in that room, those all are armed, and we have to keep these plates, petri dish plates containing media open. Slit sampler method, and these can be kept for after 2 hours. These can be kept at 37 degrees centigrade for 24 hours. If any growth has been identified, then it can be subcultured and finally slit sampler method. Estimating the number of bacteria present in air by passing a known volume of air through a slit onto a culture media. It is slit sample. Another one, if we have any doubts, anaerobic organisms, have to go spore bearing organisms, we will use swabs at surgical theaters. Anaerobic organisms, we will use Robertson Goodman. The swabs can be put into that Robertson Goodman product, and we have to any spore bearing bacilli, Clostridium species, tetany perfringens. Now come to last topic today, bacteriology of milk. Types of bacteria in milk are Streptococcus lactis, Enterococcus faecalis, acid production forming bacteria like Lactobacilli, ferment milk to smooth gelatinous curd. Curd may be formed through fermentation. Enterococcus faecalis, Lactobacilli, and Streptococcus lactis. Alkalic condition forming bacteria like Alkalinges species and Acromobacter species. Gas production forming coliform bacilli and Clostridium perfringens. Gas forming coliform bacilli and Clostridium perfringens. Proteolytic bacteria are the spore-bearing aerobes like Bacillus subtilis. Bacillus subtilis. Bacillus cereus, Proteus vulgaris, Staphylococci, and Micrococci species are also same types. Inert bacteria, Acromobacter. These all comes under miscellaneous bacteria. Acromobacter, these are. Human milk, Staphylococcus epidermidis, Streptococcus mitis, Kafka tetragenera, and Staphylococcus aureus. Milk-borne diseases are commonly brucellosis. Milk-borne diseases are brucellosis. While you read that Brucella class, you had covered this brucellosis, it causes diseases. Tuberculosis, streptococcal infection, staphylococcal infection, and salmonellosis, and Q fever. Q fever had covered in rickettsia. Q fever, query, Q fever. Bacteriological milk, pathogenic microorganisms spread through milk. Organism derived from infected cow. Bacteria, Mycobacterium bovis. Bovis, it occurs in animals. Disease in cow, tuberculosis. Disease in humans, tuberculosis. Bacillus anthrax. In animals, anthrax. Disease in humans also, anthrax. Brucella abortus. Disease in cows, brucellosis. In disease in humans, undulant, remittent fever, undulant fever. Streptococcus species causes mastitis. Disease in cows. Disease in humans, sore throat, scarlet fever. Staphylococcus aureus. Disease in cows, it causes mastitis. In humans, it causes diseases, diarrhea and vomitings. Salmonella species, it causes disease in cows, bacteria. In humans, it causes enteric fever, typhoid fever, and food poisoning also. If food poisoning within 6 hours, then the organism it causes food poisoning is mainly Staphylococcus aureus. Coxella burnetii, it causes disease in cows, this is Q fever. Disease in humans, this is also Q fever. Organism from sources external to animal, non-pathogenic, non-chromogenic, Lactostreptococci, Lactobacillus species, Bacillus subtilis, non-pathogenic in animals and in humans, disease in humans, non-pathogenic but may cause unpleasant taste and odor of milk. Smell. Chromogenic bacteria, Chromobacterium violation. Non-pathogenic but may cause changes resulting in milk of blue, red or yellow color. Blue, red or yellow color. Viruses. Cowpox virus. Then disease in cows, vesicle in cows, adder, pudu. In human beings, lesions on skin of milker. Lesions on skin of milker. Who will take that cow's milk using adders? Those skin lesions on milker fingers. Foot and mouth disease virus. Foot and mouth disease will be seen in animals. In human beings, mild disease. Fever will be usually seen. Vesicles will be formed. Skin and mucous membranes. Pathogenic bacteria. This Shigella, it causes in human beings dysentery. Vibrio cholera, in human beings disease causes cholera. Corynebacterium diphtheria, it causes disease in diphtheria. Streptococcus pyogenes causes disease in human beings, scarlet fever. And Escherichia coli, it causes diarrhea. Salmonella, it causes enteric fever in humans. Staphylococcus aureus, it causes human disease. Food poison through milk, if we take this pathogenic bacteria, it causes disease in humans. Pathogenic virus, polio virus, paralytic poliomyelitis will be seen in human being. Hepatitis A virus, if pathogenic virus, then infective hepatitis may be spread through milk in the form of ice creams. Ice creams, milk will be used. Milk may not be the usual vehicle of spread of these pathogens. Ice cream or other milk products, it causes this. Bacteriological examination of milk, viable count. Plate dilution method, serial dilutions of milk sample are incorporated in yeast extract milk agar and incubated at 31 degrees centigrade for 2 hours. Significance. Number of colonies multiplied by dilution factor colony count in fixed amount of milk. Viable count. Coliform count method. Inoculation of varying dilutions of milk into McConkey broth with Durham's stew and incubated at 37 degrees centigrade for 48 hours for coliform count. One is viable count, another one is coliform count. Viable count can be kept at 31 degrees centigrade for 2 hours. Number of colonies multiplied by dilution factor colony count is fixed amount of milk. Will be considered. Coliform count, McConkey broth with Durham's stew. If gas production is usually observed by using this Durham's stew, incubated at 37 degrees centigrade for 48 hours. The production of acid and gas is the evidence of presence of coliform bacilli. All coliforms are killed by pasteurization. Milk, one is Holder method, another one is flash method. Out of both these two methods, Holder method is good than flash method. Bacteriological examination of milk, chemical tests. Here, chemical tests which can be used by using chemicals. Methylene blue reduction test. Methylene chemicals by using chemicals. Methylene blue reduction test. Alternative for viable count. Here, viable count and coliform count. This methylene blue reduction test is alternative for viable count. It is easier than that viable count. Alternative for viable count. Viable bacteria reduce methylene blue in milk when it can be kept under in dark place. When it can kept in dark place. Test is performed by mixing 1 ml of methylene blue solution to 10 ml of milk in a test tube. If we suppose we have to take 10 ml of methylene blue in a test tube, add 10 ml of milk you have to take in a test tube, add 1 ml of methylene blue, 1:10 ratio. 10 ml of milk in a test tube, add 1 ml of methylene blue. The test tube is incubated in a dark place at 37 degrees centigrade. The milk is considered satisfactory if it fails to decolorize methylene blue in 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, the milk is considered satisfactory if it fails to decolorize methylene blue. Next test is phosphatase test. This phosphatase test is to check whether the milk is pasteurized or not. Here methylene blue test reduction test is alternative for viable compound. Here phosphatase test is to check whether the milk is pasteurized or not. Significance: residual phosphatase activity indicates the pasteurization is inadequate. If the positive after proper pasteurization, it indicates contamination after the process of pasteurization. Contamination after the process of pasteurization. Here, procedure: how to do this phosphatase test. 1 ml of milk is added to 5 ml of buffer substrate solution in a test tube. 1 ml of milk is added to 5 ml of buffer substrate solution in a test tube and incubated a water bath at 37 degrees centigrade for 2 hours. It can be kept in water bath for 37 degrees centigrade for 2 hours. In methylene blue reduction test, 1 ml methylene blue is added to 10 ml milk. Here 1 ml of milk is added to 5 ml of buffer substrate solution in a test tube and incubated in water bath at 37 degrees centigrade for 2 hours. Then we will observe a yellow color is produced if milk contains phosphatase. If milk contains phosphatase, yellow color is produced if milk contains phosphatase. No yellow color will be seen, then proper pasteurization had occurred and yellow color will not be seen. This yellow color precipitate phosphatase can be seen in color by using colorimeter also for color detection. Yellow color, we will use colorimeter for color detection. Bacteriological examination of milk. Turbidity test to check for the sterilization of milk. Turbidity test. This test can distinguish between pasteurized and sterilized milk at least 100 degrees centigrade for 5 minutes. All heat coable proteins are precipitated here. If ammonium sulfate is then added to this milk, no turbidity results. If ammonium sulfate is then added to this milk, no turbidity results. This is turbidity test. It is another test for bacteriological examination. Examination for specific pathogens. Specific tests are available for detecting tubercle bacilli and brucella. Tubercle bacilli. Milk is centrifuged at 3000 revolutions per minute for 30 minutes. Then deposit is inoculated for this one for tubercle bacilli. Deposit is inoculated into the Lowenstein junction medium and other part is introduced into guinea pigs. Then if milk contains tubercle bacilli, growth of the organism can be seen for 3 months. After 3 months, growth of the organism can be seen in 6 to 8 weeks after in algae medium, and in that animal using guinea pig 3 months. If brucella, isolation of brucella is attempted by inoculating cream from the milk, cream from the milk, and the sample on serum dextrose agar. cream from the milk on serum dextrose agar. It also injected into guinea pigs. It also injected into guinea pigs. And those animals can be examined after 6 weeks. Those animals can be examined after 6 weeks. Serum examined for agglutination test. This can be examined for serum agglutination test. For culture, spleen. For culture of Brucella, spleen is used. In bacteriological examination of milk, to detect to demonstration of antibodies, Brucella test, brucellosis test, and Whey test can be done. Whey, W-H-E-Y, Whey agglutination test. It is for demonstration of antibodies. This Brucella you will be covered in Brucella chapter in systemic bacteriology. You already had this Brucella. Okay, thank you. గిరీష్ గారు ఎక్కడ వచ్చారండి మాటలు పెట్టారు వైసీపీ కూడా